Every morning, most women wake up not to live the day, but to survive it. The alarm rings, the rush begins, kids, kitchen, office, messages, meetings. And somewhere between everyone's needs, she forgets her own. But what if one simple habit could transform this chaos into calm? What if every morning could begin not with stress, but with strength? Today, let's talk about that one powerful habit that can change every woman's morning forever. You know, most women wake up every morning not to start the day, but to catch up with it. The alarm rings, the mind starts racing, and before even opening the eyes fully, the thoughts begin. What do I have to cook? What should I pack for lunch? Did I reply to that message? Oh no, I forgot to wash the uniform. From the very first minute, the day starts chasing her. But let me tell you something. You were never meant to chase the day, you were meant to create it. Just imagine this. What if, instead of waking up into chaos, you woke up ahead of it? Just 10 minutes before your regular time. 10 minutes that belong entirely to you. No noise, no demands, no responsibilities. Just silence and stillness. That small gap before the world starts asking for your attention is like a doorway to peace. Those 10 minutes are not about doing more. They are about being more. When you wake up before the world, you give yourself the most beautiful gift, the power to begin your day consciously. You're no longer reacting to what's happening around you. You're responding with clarity. You're no longer running behind the clock. You're walking with calmness beside it. Think of how different your energy feels when you lead your morning rather than follow it. Let me tell you, success doesn't start in offices or meetings. It starts in those first quiet moments when you choose how you want your day to feel. If you wake up rushing, the whole day rushes. If you wake up peaceful, the whole day flows. Every morning you're writing the tone of your day. And when you wake up before the world, you're holding the pen in your own hands. You see, peace doesn't come from finding a quiet place. It comes from creating one. When a woman wakes up before the noise begins, she becomes the peace before the storm. And that peace spreads into her breakfast table, her conversations, her work, her relationships. Everything she touches feels calmer, lighter, more alive. So, don't underestimate the power of those 10 quiet minutes. They are not just minutes. They're a mindset, a sacred time where your soul whispers before the world starts shouting. Wake up before the world does, and you'll discover that the most beautiful part of the morning is not the sunrise outside, but the sunrise within you. The moment most people open their eyes in the morning, the first thing they reach for is not water, not sunlight, not even a deep breath. It's their phone. Before their feet even touch the ground, their mind is already flooded with messages, emails, news, and notifications. And for many women, this habit has quietly become the thief of peace. The phone may look harmless, but it has a way of deciding how your day will feel before you even get the chance to decide for yourself. Think about it. The first few minutes after waking up are the most sacred. Your mind is like soft clay, ready to take any shape you give it. And what do most of us do? We hand that clay over to the world. The moment you unlock your phone, you invite hundreds of other people's opinions, problems, and emotions into your fresh morning mind. Someone's bad news, someone's perfect vacation photos, someone's angry comment, and now your peace is gone before your day even begins. When you start your morning with your phone, you are not starting your day, you're starting someone else's. Your energy is pulled in 10 directions, your emotions are already reacting, and your focus is scattered. You are no longer choosing how you feel. The screen is doing it for you. That's why so many people wake up feeling tired, even after a full night's sleep. It's not their body that's exhausted, it's their mind, because it never got a moment to simply be still. So imagine this instead. You wake up and for the first 10 minutes, you don't touch your phone. You just breathe. You stretch. You thank life for another chance. You let the silence settle around you. You allow your mind to wake up gently, not abruptly. In those few minutes, something magical happens. Your thoughts become your own again. You realize how peaceful mornings truly are when they aren't filled with digital noise. This no phone zone is not about rejecting technology. It's about reclaiming your power. It's not about cutting the world off. It's about connecting with yourself first. When you give yourself those 10 minutes without screens, you are telling your mind, I am in control of my day. The world can wait. And believe me, the world can wait. Many women tell me, but I just check my messages for a few seconds. Yet those few seconds often turn into 20 minutes of scrolling, comparison, and unnecessary stress. And by the time they realize it, that golden calm of the morning, that silence where peace lives, is gone. It's not that the phone is wrong. It's that we've forgotten the right time to invite it in. When you start your day without your phone, you start it with awareness. You notice the softness of the sunlight, the rhythm of your breath, the feeling of gratitude simply for being alive. You start your day in alignment, not in anxiety. And that shift changes everything, because the way you begin your morning shapes how you respond to the rest of your day. So tomorrow morning, try it. Keep your phone aside for just 10 minutes. Let your first conversation be with yourself, not your screen. Look at the sky before you look at notifications. Feel your heartbeat before you feel the world's noise. You'll be amazed how peaceful those first 10 minutes can be, and how that peace quietly follows you through the rest of your day. Because when you stop letting your phone control your morning, you stop letting the world control your mind. And that, my friends, is where real freedom begins. Gratitude, such a simple word, yet it holds the power to completely transform how you feel every single morning. Most people wake up thinking about what's missing in their life. I didn't sleep enough. I don't have time. I have so much work. I wish I had a better house, a better job, a better body. The very first thoughts of the day become complaints, and complaints silently drain your energy before the day even begins. But gratitude, it does the opposite. It fills your heart before you even take your first sip of tea. When you wake up and take a moment to consciously thank life for what you already have, something shifts inside you. It's as if your mind realigns from chaos to calm. You start to see abundance where you once saw lack. Gratitude doesn't mean everything in your life is perfect. It means you've chosen to see the beauty, even when it isn't. You may not have everything you want, but you always have something worth being thankful for. Your breath, your family, your health, your hopes. Try this tomorrow morning. Before you even step out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. Not big things, just simple ones. Maybe the comfort of your pillow, the sound of birds, the fact that you woke up to another day. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you feel it. The more you feel gratitude, the less space you leave for stress, comparison, or anxiety. You see, gratitude is not just an emotion, it's a lens. It changes how you see everything. When a woman practices gratitude, she starts seeing blessings in the smallest things. a smile from her child, a quiet cup of tea, the warmth of sunlight on her face. These little moments become sources of strength. Gratitude turns the ordinary into something sacred. It teaches you that you don't need more to be happy, you just need to notice more. Science even proves this. When you practice gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel good chemicals that naturally lift your mood. It literally reprograms your mind to focus on positivity. So instead of beginning the day with stress hormones like cortisol, you begin it with calm and joy. And when your morning starts that way, everything else begins to align beautifully. I've seen so many women carry the weight of yesterday into today, worries about family, finances, or the future. But when you start with gratitude, you learn to release that weight. Gratitude whispers, it's okay. Look at what's still right. And that soft reminder gives you strength to face what's not. Even spiritually, gratitude is one of the highest vibrations of energy. It's like opening a door for blessings to walk in. When you're grateful, life gives you more reasons to be grateful for. Because gratitude says to the universe, I appreciate what I have, and the universe responds, here, have a little more. So tomorrow, when you open your eyes, don't rush into your to-do list. Don't start your day by counting problems. Start by counting blessings. Say quietly, thank you for the roof above you, the body that carries you, the people who love you. And if you feel like you have nothing, remember, there's someone somewhere praying for exactly what you already have. When gratitude becomes your morning habit, your attitude towards life changes completely. You'll find yourself calmer, more patient, and more compassionate, not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Gratitude doesn't remove challenges, it gives you the courage to meet them with grace. So let every morning be a gentle reminder that life is not something you have to fix. It's something you get to appreciate. Before the rush begins, pause for a moment of thankfulness. Because when your heart begins the day with gratitude, everything else that follows, your thoughts, your energy, your interactions, carries the fragrance of peace. And that, my friends, is how gratitude becomes the quiet magic that can change not just your morning, but your entire life. When you look in the mirror each morning, what is the first thing you say to yourself? For many women, it's not a compliment, it's a quiet criticism. I look so tired. My skin doesn't look good today. I've gained weight. I don't feel like myself. These small, silent sentences may seem harmless, but they build the foundation of how you feel about yourself every single day. And yet, imagine how your life would change if, instead of beginning your morning by pointing out your flaws, you began by affirming your worth. Words are powerful. They create worlds. The way you speak to yourself is shaping your energy, your confidence, and your reality. Most people underestimate this, but your subconscious mind believes whatever it hears most often, especially when it comes from you. So when you say, I'm not enough, again and again, your mind starts accepting it as truth. But when you start affirming, I am calm, I am capable, I am enough, your mind begins to build that truth inside you. It's not magic, it's mindset. Think about it. If you can spend time dressing up, putting on makeup, or organizing everything for the world, why not take a few moments to dress up your mind with beautiful thoughts? Every morning, look at yourself in the mirror, not with judgment but with gentleness. Smile at yourself even if you don't feel like it. Say words that feed your soul. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am exactly where I need to be. In the beginning, it might feel awkward, maybe even silly. But keep doing it, because eventually, your inner voice will start believing what your mouth repeats. Affirmations are not about pretending life is perfect. They are about reminding yourself that you are powerful enough to handle whatever life brings. They help you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's possible. The world will always have opinions about who you should be, but your morning mirror moment is where you decide who you choose to be. That choice, that declaration, becomes your shield for the day. I once heard someone say, "You become the words you whisper to yourself when no one is listening." And that's true. You can't always control how others treat you, but you can absolutely control how you treat yourself. Most women give so much love to everyone around them, to their children, their parents, their partners, their colleagues, but they forget to give that same compassion to the woman in the mirror. And slowly, she starts feeling invisible even to herself. When you begin your day with affirmations, you bring her back. You remind her she matters. You remind her that she is not just someone's wife, mother, or employee. She is her own person with dreams, beauty, and purpose. That 1 minute of affirmation is not vanity, it's emotional nutrition. It feeds your spirit so you can feed others with love, not exhaustion. Imagine this scene: you wake up, you go to your mirror, and you say to yourself softly, "I am enough, I am calm, I am powerful. I don't need to rush. I am going to make today beautiful." That single minute can do what hours of scrolling or comparing can't. It centers you. It gives you the quiet confidence that no matter what happens, you will face it with grace. Even on your hardest mornings, especially on those days when you feel lost, affirmations remind you of your inner light. They become your anchor when emotions storm around you. You start realizing that peace and power were never outside, they were always within. And each time you speak kindly to yourself, you touch that power again. So tomorrow, when you stand before your mirror, don't look for perfection, look for presence. Don't look for what's missing, look for what's already amazing, because that reflection isn't just your face, it's your story, your strength, your journey. Tell her she's doing great. Tell her she's loved. Tell her she's growing. And soon, you'll notice something beautiful. Your mornings will stop depending on how the world sees you and start blooming from how you see yourself. That's the real power of affirmation. It turns the mirror from a critic into a friend, and every morning becomes a small act of self-respect. A reminder that you are not defined by yesterday's struggles, but by today's belief in yourself. Before the world begins to move, before responsibilities start calling your name, before the rush of the day takes over, there is a small, precious window in the morning where peace is still possible. And in that moment, something as simple as breathing can transform your entire day. We breathe all the time, but most of the time, we're not even aware of it. Our breath becomes mechanical, shallow, fast, and restless, just like our thoughts. But the truth is, the way you breathe is the way you live. When your breath is calm, your mind is calm. When your breath is scattered, your mind is scattered too. Many women wake up already tense. The body might be resting, but the mind is still running, worrying about what needs to be done, what could go wrong, what others might think. This invisible tension builds up quietly, and before they even realize it, it becomes their normal. But here's something beautiful. Nature has already given you the most powerful tool to change that: your breath. You don't need to buy it, learn it, or search for it. It's already within you. Just imagine this: you wake up, you sit on your bed, and instead of reaching for your phone or rushing to your routine, you simply close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, let the air fill your lungs, feel your chest rise, and then exhale gently through your mouth, letting go of everything you've been holding. Do this 5 times, deeply and consciously. With every inhale, you're telling yourself, I'm alive. With every exhale, you're telling yourself, I am safe, I am ready. These 5 breaths may sound small, but they are sacred. They anchor you in the present. They remind you that before being a mother, a wife, a professional, a caretaker, you are a being, not a machine. You deserve to pause to reconnect with yourself. When you breathe consciously, you're not just filling your lungs, you're calming your nervous system, balancing your emotions, and setting a peaceful rhythm for the rest of your day. Science tells us that deep breathing lowers stress hormones, slows the heart rate, and increases oxygen in the brain, helping you think more clearly and feel more centered. Spiritually, it reconnects you with your inner self, that part of you that doesn't rush, doesn't compare, doesn't panic, just exists peacefully, fully, beautifully. When you don't breathe consciously, your mind lives in the past or the future, regretting what happened, worrying about what's next. But when you breathe deeply, you bring yourself back to now. And the now is where peace lives. That's why every wise person, every monk, every spiritual teacher emphasizes breath, not because it's trendy, but because it's timeless. Try this simple thought. Every breath you take in the morning is a conversation with life. The inhale says, thank you for another day. The exhale says, I release everything I can't control. In those few moments, you are not fighting with the world, you're flowing with it. And when you start your day flowing with life instead of fighting against it, your entire energy changes. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up, arrive. Sit for a moment, place one hand on your heart, one on your stomach, and breathe deeply. Feel your body expand and relax with each cycle. If thoughts come, let them. Just bring your focus back to your breath. Feel how your heartbeat slowly finds its rhythm, how your shoulders drop their tension, how your face softens. That is not just air you're breathing, that's peace entering your soul. And as you breathe, remind yourself gently, this moment is enough. I am enough. Because you see, peace doesn't begin when your problems end. Peace begins when your breath slows down. You can't always control what happens around you, but you can always control the way you breathe through it. Think of your breath as your invisible best friend. It never leaves your side, it never judges you, it never asks for anything. It's always ready to help you calm down, think clearly, and start again. Most of us forget to thank it. But the moment you start honoring your breath, you start honoring life itself. And that's the beauty of this habit. It doesn't take hours, it doesn't cost anything, yet it gives you back everything that stress steals away: clarity, calmness, balance. So, before you dive into your day, pause for 5 deep breaths. Let your first act of the morning be a conversation with your soul, not your schedule. Because when you start your day with conscious breathing, you don't just prepare for the world outside, you awaken the peace that already lives within you. Your body is your first home, the one you were born in, the one that carries you through every single day. And yet, for many women, it's the one home that gets the least care. From the moment they wake up, they begin serving others, preparing breakfast, getting ready for work, organizing, cleaning. managing everything around them, and in that rush, they forget to connect with the very vessel that makes all of it possible, their own body. But here's the truth: if you don't take a few minutes each morning to honor and move your body, eventually your body will remind you that it needed attention, not neglect. You see, movement isn't just about fitness, it's about flow. It's not about exercise or looking a certain way, it's about energy. When you wake up and move gently, stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, bend your spine, walk slowly, you are not just waking up your muscles, you are waking up your mind. That simple act of moving tells your brain, I'm ready, I'm alive. It sends a signal of vitality that no cup of coffee can ever replace. Most people don't realize that our body stores emotions. Every worry, every stress, every moment of tension settles somewhere. In your shoulders, in your neck, in your back. That's why sometimes when you stretch and move after a long sleep, you feel lighter, not just physically, but emotionally too. Because you're not just releasing stiffness, you're releasing the silent stress your body has been holding on to. Imagine this: you wake up, you stand by your window, and you take a few slow breaths while raising your hands to the sky. You twist gently from side to side, feeling your body loosen, your heartbeat align, your thoughts slow down. The cool morning air brushes your face, and suddenly you feel connected, not to your phone, not to your schedule, but to yourself. That's what those few minutes of gentle movement can do. They bring you back to your body, and through your body, back to your peace. When you move with awareness, you create harmony between your body and your mind. You remind yourself that you are not just a thinker, a planner, or a doer. You are a living being meant to feel alive. This small morning ritual of movement doesn't have to be complicated. It could be a few yoga stretches, a slow walk on the balcony, even just swaying your body with music you love. What matters is not the style, it's the presence. There's something sacred about giving your body a few minutes of gratitude through movement. Because your body, in its quiet way, has never stopped showing up for you. It works tirelessly. Your heart beats without asking. Your lungs breathe without reminder. Your legs carry you even when you're exhausted. And yet we so often criticize it. We call it fat, short, weak, imperfect. But when you move mindfully, you start seeing it differently. You begin to appreciate it not for how it looks, but for what it allows you to do. Even just 5 minutes of mindful movement can shift your mood dramatically. It releases endorphins, the natural chemicals that make you feel happier and calmer. It improves blood circulation, clears brain fog, and sets the rhythm for productivity. It's like tuning a musical instrument. When your body is in tune, everything else starts playing in harmony. So many women wake up already tired, already burdened, already thinking of 10 things at once. But when you move first, even gently, you're sending a powerful message to your brain: my energy belongs to me first. You start your day from a place of strength, not survival. You become more grounded, more patient, more centered, not because your life became easier, but because you became more aligned. Think of your body like a tree. Every morning, it needs to stretch its branches, let the light in, and feel the air. That's how it grows strong and stays alive. Without that, even the strongest tree becomes stiff. Movement is not about perfection, it's about honoring your life force. So tomorrow morning, before you rush to make breakfast or scroll through your phone, give your body 5 minutes. Stretch, breathe. Let your feet touch the floor gently, as if you're grounding yourself to the earth. Let your hands reach upward as if you're thanking the sky. Feel the miracle that you can move, that you can feel, that you can be. This small ritual will not only awaken your body, but will awaken gratitude within you. Because when your body feels alive, your heart feels alive too. And when you start your day feeling alive, no challenge can shake you easily. So don't wait for a gym or a class or the perfect moment. Every morning is your sacred space to reconnect. Move with love, not pressure. Move with gratitude, not guilt. And soon you'll realize the body you once took for granted has always been your most loyal companion, waiting each morning to remind you that life, in its purest form, begins with movement. Silence, such a simple, invisible thing, and yet it holds the deepest power to heal, to center, and to renew. In a world that's constantly loud, where every morning begins with pings, alarms, conversations, traffic, and chaos, silence has almost become a luxury. But it's not a luxury, it's a necessity, especially for a woman who spends her whole day listening to others, to her children, her partner, her co-workers, her responsibilities. Everyone wants her attention, her time, her care. But when does she stop to listen to herself? Every morning, before the world begins to demand from you, there's a sacred space of stillness. A time where you can connect with something far deeper than your thoughts, your roles, or your routine. That silence is not emptiness, it's presence, it's peace waiting to be felt. When you spend even a single minute sitting in quiet, no phone, no music, no planning, you are doing something incredibly powerful. You are feeding your soul. Most people are afraid of silence because they think silence is boring. But silence isn't boring, it's honest. When everything around you goes quiet, your inner voice finally has the courage to speak. It tells you what you really feel, what you really want, what you really need. And if you learn to listen to it, it becomes your greatest guide. But when you constantly fill every empty moment with noise, scrolling, music, talking, you drown out that voice completely. You start living disconnected from yourself, reacting instead of reflecting. When you begin your morning with silence or prayer, you invite clarity before chaos. You give your mind a moment to settle before it starts solving problems. Think of it like this. If you pour muddy water into a glass and let it sit still, the dirt slowly sinks and the water becomes clear. That's what silence does to your mind. It allows the noise of yesterday, the anger, the worry, the confusion to settle. And once it settles, wisdom rises. You don't need an hour in meditation. Even one quiet minute is enough to shift your entire energy. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, take a few gentle breaths, and let your thoughts flow without chasing them. Feel the quietness in the room. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the life within you. If you are spiritual, offer a prayer. If not, simply offer gratitude. That silence becomes sacred, a meeting between you and your inner self. For women especially, silence in the morning is like recharging your emotional battery. Because throughout the day, you will give your attention, your care, your strength. But if you don't start your day by filling yourself with peace, you'll run out of energy halfway through. Silence gives you that invisible fuel that keeps you calm even when things go wrong. It gives you patience when others test it. It gives you clarity when life feels confusing. In silence, you realize something very beautiful, that peace was never missing from your life. It was just buried under too much noise. And when you return to that silence every morning, you slowly peel away the layers of distraction and you meet yourself again. You meet the version of you who is not just a doer, but a being. The woman who doesn't just run around for everyone else, but stands still for herself. Some mornings you might feel restless. Your mind will wander. You'll feel the urge to check your phone or make a list. But don't judge yourself. Just gently bring your attention back to your breath, back to the quiet. Remember, silence is not the absence of sound, it's the presence of awareness. It's where your thoughts soften, your emotions relax, and your heart whispers truths that you forgot to hear. If prayer is part of your life, use this silence to connect with the divine, not to ask for more, but to feel gratitude for what already is. You can whisper softly, "Thank you for this day. Guide me with peace." That simple connection creates a sense of safety and surrender that stays with you long after you've left that quiet space. When you start your morning with silence or prayer, you're not escaping the world. You're preparing to meet it from a place of peace. You stop reacting to everything around you and start responding with awareness. You stop running behind calmness because you carry it within you. Think about this. Every great idea, every wise decision, every moment of strength in history was born out of silence. Not in noise, not in distraction, but in stillness. Because the mind can only receive wisdom when it's quiet enough to listen. So tomorrow morning, before you open your eyes fully, before you rush into your routine, sit in silence. Let the world wait a few minutes. Feel your breath. Feel your existence. Listen to that quiet voice inside you that says, "You are enough, you are loved, you are guided." That 1 minute of stillness will do more for your peace than hours of business. And as you rise from that silence, carry a piece of it with you. Let it move with you through the noise of the day, like a calm ocean beneath the waves. Because when you learn to sit in silence every morning, you realize something profound. Silence is not the absence of life, it's the foundation of it. It's where your strength, your wisdom, and your true beauty are born. Every day begins with a long list of tasks, but have you ever noticed that no matter how much you do, you still end the day feeling like something is missing? That's because most of us start the day trying to do everything, instead of doing one thing with full awareness and heart. The truth is, multitasking doesn't make life better, it just makes the mind busier. The habit of setting one clear intention each morning is what transforms an ordinary day into a meaningful one. When you wake up and take a quiet moment to ask yourself, "What do I truly want to feel or achieve today?" You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You become the driver of your day, not just a passenger going wherever life takes you. Setting one intention doesn't mean planning every minute. It means deciding the energy you want to carry through everything you do. Because how you show up matters more than what you do. Most women wake up thinking of 10 things at once: breakfast, messages, deadlines, family, errands, chores, and by the time the day begins, their energy is already scattered. Their focus is everywhere but on themselves. But when you begin your day by anchoring it with one single intention, you're telling your mind, "This is where I want my energy to go today." That clarity is powerful. It's like giving your day a map before you step onto the road. Let's say your intention is peace. You simply tell yourself, "No matter what happens today, I will choose peace." Now, when something stressful comes up, a rude comment, a delay, a mistake, instead of reacting, you remember your intention. You breathe, you pause, you respond differently. That one word becomes your guide, your compass. It reminds you who you want to be, even when life doesn't go your way. Or maybe your intention is kindness. You decide that today you'll speak softly, help someone, or simply smile more. The day might still bring challenges, but your intention will turn even small actions into something sacred. Because you're not just living by routine, you're living with meaning. Intention gives direction to your energy. Without it, life feels like a blur, busy but empty. With it, even the smallest act, like making tea, sending a message, or walking to work, becomes an expression of mindfulness. It turns just another day into an opportunity to grow, to serve, to become better. The beauty of intention is that it doesn't demand perfection. It simply asks for awareness. You don't need to hold it in your head all day like a burden. You hold it in your heart. Whenever you get lost, you gently return to it. Think of it like setting the navigation on your phone. No matter how many turns you take, it keeps guiding you back to your destination. Some people think intention is only for meditation or spirituality, but it's deeply practical too. For example, if your intention today is focus, you'll naturally make decisions that protect your focus. You'll put your phone away. You'll say no to distractions. You'll finish what you start. If your intention is gratitude, you'll start noticing small blessings instead of small annoyances. If your intention is love, you'll speak more softly, hug a little longer, forgive a little quicker. The problem is, most people wake up already reacting to the phone, to noise, to responsibilities. But when you pause and ask yourself, what do I want from this day? You shift from chaos to clarity. You're no longer driven by your to-do list. You're guided by your heart. Here's a beautiful way to begin. After your morning gratitude or prayer, close your eyes and take one deep breath. Ask silently, what energy do I want to carry with me today? The first word that comes, peace, courage, patience, joy, focus, that's your intention. Whisper it softly to yourself. Feel it. And throughout the day, come back to it whenever you feel lost. When you set an intention every morning, your life begins to feel more aligned. You stop feeling like you're living the same day again and again, because each day now has its own unique purpose. You begin to feel connected to your actions, your emotions, and your surroundings. You stop being busy and start being present. And something even more powerful happens. Life begins to respond to your energy. When you walk into your day with clarity and purpose, situations and people start aligning with that vibration. Peace attracts peace. Focus attracts progress. Love attracts love. You realize that your mornings were never meant to be rushed, they were meant to be rooted. So tomorrow morning, don't wake up thinking, what do I have to do today? Instead, ask, how do I want to be today? Let your intention be the first decision of your day. Write it on a small note, keep it in your pocket, or just repeat it in your mind whenever you need grounding. Because in the end, life isn't about how much you do. It's about how much presence you bring into what you do. Setting one intention every morning is like planting a seed. It may seem small, but by evening, you'll realize how it shaped your choices, your emotions, and your energy. And when you practice this every day, your mornings stop being mechanical. They become mindful. You stop living by accident and start living on purpose. So don't underestimate this one quiet moment. One clear intention, born in stillness, can guide an entire day with grace. And when a woman begins her morning with clarity in her heart, the world around her begins to move with her rhythm. Calm, steady, and full of meaning.